I arrived at a customer's house. Really good guy. It was the end of the day. I was actually going home, so this was a job that was a little out of my way. I mean, not out of my way is what I meant to say. It was close by. It was about maybe from my home about 3 miles. I decided to pick up this extra 200 bones, and when I arrived, I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? And he's like, he's my bro ham, you know? We're bro hams. And I told the guy, I said, well, thanks. I appreciate the call. I was going home, a little extra money. He goes, yeah, trying to give you a little extra money. Actually, I tried to give 2 other companies extra money. I said, what? And he goes, yeah, I called 2 companies. Both of them were out of business. I said, well, how do you know that? He goes, well, the phones it directly went to the I'm out of business signal. You know, it goes doo-doo-doo, right? So he called 2 companies, and both of them didn't answer. And I said, wow, that sucks. And he goes, yeah, well, I actually called 3 because the third guy, when I called him, he never even answered the phone. He called 3 companies before he got to me, which is questionable to me because I'm like on the first page of Google, so that kind of sucked. But anyway, you imagine that. 3 companies that this guy picked up the phone and called instead of me, and all 3 of them, 2 of them were out of business, and one of them, well, he just didn't want to answer the phone call. And I've always told people this, and I've told the people for the last 19 years, well, 17, answer the phone. It's so important that you do answer the phone in this business. Today, I'm not going to answer the phone because I'm actually day off with my wifey. We're actually going to go buy tile for our huge 3rd floor mansion of a container that's about 325 square feet. No, we're buying tile for it today, and we're going to buy some other stuff. She's going to run me dry today, guys. She's going to run me dry, but tell her already. So, with that said, be aware of you having the phone near you so you can answer the phone. So that, by the way, I asked him, what happened to the third guy? Did he ever call you back? She goes, no, he still hasn't called me back. I had already drove to his house, scheduled it with him. I had already picked up the junk and left. And I was asking him right when I was leaving, I said, did the third guy ever call you? He goes, no, he never called me. That guy's probably out of business too. So in this economy right now, in this forecast that we have in economy, it's not looking good for us. There's a lot of businesses closing up, a lot of businesses calling it quits, a lot of businesses not finding the angles and the right way to spend their money. When you have more expenses than you're bringing in profit, that's when there's problems. This morning, by the way, here's a side note for you. This morning I was watching a TikTok. No, it was not a TikTok. Yes, it was a TikTok. Yes, it was. I was watching a TikTok, and it was a junk removal company. I don't know. For some reason, I have like an algorithm where it's only junk removal companies, and then another one where it's not junk removal. It's just funny dog stuff, right? Where I watch dogs doing stupid stuff. And I ran across this one with junk removal company, and it was this guy and this girl, and they said, and it was really cool. They said, in the last 6 months, we made $56,825 in sales in our junk removal business. And I was like, okay, now of course it goes. And I'm going to show you how we got this job. And I was like, okay. So they go out and they do a job and they get it. And goes, okay, first of all, on this one, we use Facebook ads. Traditionally, we're using Thumbtack. And we were surprised when we got a Facebook hit. And I was just thinking in my head, oh no, if they only knew the dead end they're in with these Facebook and Thumbtack ads. Thumbtack, guys, if you're doing Thumbtack, it is never going to help you grow your business. It'll help you grow your business, but it's not going to get you anywhere. In other words, you're never going to be able to go on a Saturday and spend money at a Lowe's buying tile. Put it that way. Does that make any sense to y'all? You're never going to be able to take these Disney World trips with you and your kids. It just won't leave you enough money. All you're going to be able to do is pay your bills, pay your insurance, pay your truck, and that's it. But it's not going to leave you anything extra. So I want you to be aware that that's what Thumbtack does to you. It never leaves you a trail of profit. Okay? Anyway, guys, we're here at Lowe's. I'm about to blow some G notes here. Not that I want to. I want to go home right now, just cuddle up and watch Netflix and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Oh, there's my boy right there. He's right there. All right, I'll see y'all later, guys. I'm out. Bye-bye.
fish.
Yeah, that's how I do it. I almost hit that